Good to be here.
We're delighted to have you with us.
So good to be had.
So, Mr. Nye, you've been in ad science. You now focus on reminding we adults, the importance of science in our lives. And so are you surprised by that shift?
I'm not surprised that the troubling thing, let me put it this way. There are people running around today thinking that the earth might be flat. That is pretty frustrating.
Yes. So our conference theme this year is Diverse Voices, Shared Commitment. What does that mean to you?
Well, my big thing nowadays is, speaking of space exploration, when you look at the earth from space, we live on a ball, and yet it's a large enough movement that I'm even talking about it, that the earth might be flat.
Well, if I could follow up with that point.
Okay. You're going to be living in a dome, and when you go outside, you're going to put on a spacesuit, which is just a smaller dome.
Certainly. So what strategies can we as international education professionals employ to better support our students focused on science study?
Everybody knows the earth is a sphere, right? Everybody knows that. You've seen the pictures, right?
Yes.
Or a geoid, very close to a sphere, yeah.
Your organization, the Planetary Society, advocates for space education and exploration.
Science.
So why is space exploration so important for today's global citizens?
The technology that derives from space is extraordinary. We wouldn't have the internet without NASA, for example. None of this would be possible without science.
What needs to be done now? What can we do to ensure our planet's health for the next generation?
We have people in Antarctica doing very important research, but you don't go there to raise your family. There's no playgrounds with swing sets and so on. So gets back here. And the real exciting thing last night, if you're into it, and I hope some of you are geeking out, everybody was waiting for the handshake tone, which came in about 9 last night, a little before 9 p.m. last night. And it meant a presidential candidate did not have a child trafficking ring in a pizza restaurant near the White House in the U.S. That didn't happen. And so this is what the Planetary Society works on.
Right.
The world is flat. And it's a conspiracy of scientists and others who published these pictures where the world was round. It's called a smack. The world is flat. Dissonance. I'm not an expert. We all tend to go, well, look at the facts. Change your mind. But it takes people a couple years. Daniel, stick with it. Science, man. Science sucks. While you think it's arrogant, actually you're mistaken. Here's proof that the Earth is flat, and it has a number. Hashtag 1742 giant. Humans do not exist in space. That is a model space shuttle filmed in the 80s by NASA, passed off as a mission. Well, I really think you're completely, even if you don't believe in it. I think the Earth is flat. Why don't you be the guy or the gal? It's just a smaller dome.
Certainly.
We have people in Antarctica doing very important research.
NASA created.
Would it freak too many people out?
I think now the Earth is flat.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
I
that.
can't believe this.
Hey, flat Earth people! I believe the Earth is flat. It's a bell for maximum impact. Just start there. Then if you'd like, look at pictures dome over the Earth, other side of the Earth, places we know to exist. For example, we all tend to go, well, look at the facts.
But it was known to be a ball by a lot of other people before Copernicus in the Western world, what we now call the Western world, Western Hemisphere. The ancient Greeks noticed that from time to time, the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. This is a lunar eclipse.
Stuff. Will not, if you try to make it into a square, bring it all back into a circle.
100 kilometers an hour for 3 hours, well, we end up back down. Right back down.
Yeah, so the world's flat. Okay, the Earth is flat. Not gonna be flat.
It's definitive.
The Earth is not flat.
Well, that was the perfect segue into my next question. You've suggested that for the U.S. to remain globally competitive, it must be open to new ideas, many of which comes from scientific research. And so how can we as educators best communicate and convey the importance of evidence-based information?
Well, first of all, as an educator, we want science every day in every grade. It's a centralized government, and I think that's priceless.
It certainly aligns with
Think about it globally. It's raising the standard of living of girls and women.
It is indeed.
But it's a hard thing to do. Barely. Anyway, we'd be getting it done. None of this would be possible without science.